Well, you know you're in for a good time when this next band takes the stage. As a matter of fact, you may recognize Walt Hetfield and Oh Boy from the many other times that they have been on Delmarva Life.
Yeah, well, usually they're paying tribute to Buddy Holly, but with today being Veterans Day, they're singing a different tune. Walt, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Lisa.
Introduce us to everyone first.
Well, that's Mike Long over there. He's the bass player, sometimes guitar player, and that's Ken Schleifer back there on the drums.
Okay, now we mentioned Buddy Holly.
Yes.
And that's usually the genre of what you do, but you actually have another rather unique show. Tell us about that.
Oh, we do a rockabilly show too, where we do some Elvis and Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins and Ritchie Valens and all those kind of artists from the mid to late 50s into the early 60s. The Crickets, Bobby Fuller 4. You name it, the list is endless.
And today you're paying tribute to veterans with a song that you wrote for the occasion. Tell us about that.
Rick and Robert. Rick and Robert were two gentlemen that went off to Vietnam. One was my cousin Rick. The other was my best friend's Uncle Robert. They both had dogs in Vietnam. Rick brought his back, which was a very difficult thing to do, and he survived his 2 tours of duty. He had a stroke recently. And he's getting better, but he wasn't doing too well for a while. Robert, on the other hand, he was killed at Khe Sanh with his MP dog the day after LBJ declared it was over.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right.
And so the song has been knocking around my head for a while, and I finally came out, and this was a perfect opportunity to debut it
and we get
on
to
Veterans Day.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, boy. Take it away.
We'll always be the land of the free, as long as we're the home of the brave. Remember those heroes for what they did and the sacrifice they made.
Ricky is my cousin, almost like a brother. He lived right down the way. In '65, Uncle Sam came calling, and he ended up in Cameron Bay. Rick survived 2 tours, yeah, he even re-upped, brought a dog back to the USA. Last year he had a stroke. He's in the charge of his sister and the VA.
We'll always be the land of the free, as long as we're the home of the brave. Remember those heroes for what they did and the sacrifice they made.
Robert was my best friend's uncle, 6th son to serve our land. He showed me how to hold a football before he headed off to Vietnam. On April 9th, 1968, Robert and his dog both met their fate, buried with honors, but not forgotten for the sacrifice they made.
We'll always be the land of the free, as long as we're the home of the brave. Remember those heroes for what they did and the sacrifice they made. We'll always be the land of the free, as long as we're the home of the brave. Remember those heroes for what they did and the sacrifice they made. We'll always be the land of the free, so hands on the home of the brave. Remember those heroes for what they did and the sacrifice they made.
What an amazing song. And if you'd like to read more about Walt Hetfield and Oh Boy, go to our website, WBOC.com. Click on our picture at the top of the page. And that's not the last we've heard from Walt and Oh Boy. Up next, they take the Delmarva Life stage for an encore performance. Plus, we already announced one winner, but up next we have 2, yes, 2 more in our Holiday Guide giveaway. Could today be your day? But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Jeff with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Jeff Murphy. Fact or fiction? Closing a credit card will help my score. Fiction. The models used for credit scoring don't measure risk by how much credit you have available, but rather how much of that available credit you are using. For example, if you have a $5,000 credit limit, you don't want your balance above 20% of your total limit, or in this case, above $1,000. By doing this, you can prove to lenders you can manage credit wisely. When you have questions about credit or your credit report, just stop by your local Sussex County Federal Credit Union branch or visit for answers. Sussex County Federal Credit Union. We'll see you in the neighborhood.